Hi, everybody. This is a wee bit of alchemy. I'm Rick Barrett. Welcome. Today, I'd like to wrap up the section here of the last few episodes where we've been exploring central equilibrium, particularly with reference to the medial line. And we kind of got into this conversation because a number of people have been expressing to me the the challenge it's been to really feel relaxed in their hip area, their quad, to be able to let go of that and to actually uh, to not shove their butt out to the side as they're moving from side to moving, shifting weight in between their legs, and what we call JBS or jutting butt syndrome. And whenever you pull your center of gravity out that far to the lateral side, that is to the outside of your body, then it screws up your central equilibrium. And that the closer you can get, you can orient to the medial line, that is your center, the center line of your body's mass, the more stable your body becomes. And if you can do that while moving, you can, once you started by looking at it and exploring it in a stationary posture, and then gradually move into more complex shapes, motions, and in order to find that central equilibrium on the fly. And so the way we've been exploring it is, but first we got a sense of what it feels like to orient to the medial line in your foot along that is along the big toe line. So the way the body is structured, the big bones support big stresses or big, they handle big stresses. And so in your foot, the big toe line on the inside of your foot is where the big bones are. When you go to the outside of your foot, those are the smaller bones. And a lot of people they walk, they stand, they orient to the lateral side. And what that does is it creates a lot of muscular tension as the body struggles to handle the load of the upper body on this very small base that is between your feet. So the closer you can get to the medial line, the more your body can relax and let the intrinsic structure of the body handle the load. And so, and we played around with them. What does it feel like to have your weight on the inside of your foot versus the outside of your foot? And it's easy to determine that oh yeah, there's something, there's a definite difference there in terms of your ability to feel stable, secure, and and relaxed. And when you establish your foundation really well, you uh, then you're then able to let go of muscular tension in the body above your feet, which is most of your body, and particularly your hip joints. You're able to let go of that and gradually release the various compensations that we've accumulated over a lifetime of standing with uh, improper, inefficient posture structure. So by getting more to that, then we're able to then allow the energy to flow more freely. Whenever we get closer to that center line, magical stuff happens, which is kind of cool. When we get into Zhongding, which is the central equilibrium, then we start to align ourselves to the energies of the yin chi of the earth and the yang chi of the heavens, and we're tapping into the big chi at that point. And it's something that we can short circuit rather easily by shifting our weight to the outside, because then we get into using muscular tension in order to keep the system upright. So when you get your center and you orient to your center and you start to really feel comfortable with that, you gradually let go of all these extraneous tensions in your body and move more efficiently, and therefore move with more internal power or Chen. So we move from that to exploring central equilibrium in both side to side, which is lateral and medial, but also front to back, so that if you're leaning backward too far, then there's a whole lot of stress in your body that is used to just to keep you upright. And this stress, is something that most of us have been carrying around since we first learned how to walk, and that's a long time ago. So it it has become what we feel like is natural, but actually it's just familiar. And then whenever we actually correct it and move the body to more of a center place, it feels weird. It feels like you're going to fall on your flat on your face. You're going to do a face plant. But if you can move your center forward a little bit so that you can then orient to either the heel or the ball of the foot, or even further forward, you can then um, change your energy. The more you are centered in your heels, the more yin that feels, the more the energy feels like it's in and down. The more you move into the balls of your feet, then the more yang qi happens. And then if you press down with the big toe, when I talk about press down, I mean very just lightly kind of touch. You're not tensing up your toe, but you press down with that, then even more fiery yang qi happens at that point, which is kind of cool, and we're going to explore that a little bit tonight. So the what we're talking about here is the three nails in that, and something that it's a term that William C. Chen, you know, introduced. When I was studying with him like 30 years ago, and I got you can see a T-shirt here, which has graphically describes the three nails. You have one here on the inside. Notice that this is all along the medial line here. So this is your lateral line on the outside of your foot. Your medial line. So we have the one of the nails is in your heel, one here in the ball of the foot, and one here in the big toe. And they each have their own special energy that we're going to play with activating today, because we want to play with the energies like we're playing music. We want we want to control what energies become available to us and how we circulate them. So we start off by first finding the medial line, then we say, okay, now we're doing front to back. We're doing, how far back are we? How far forward are we? And whenever I talk about, the three nails, the weight is still spread throughout the whole foot, but the three nails are a way of visualizing points of emphasis. That is what we're orienting to. And so all this is increasing your mindfulness of your feet and the way that way you contact the ground with your feet. Whether you are barefoot or shod, you're still, there's still this awareness of that and the energetic connection with the earth. Whenever you do that, whenever you're connecting energetically with the earth, we call that rooting. And that's where you're able to kind of plant yourself, and using very little muscular force, you're able to sustain a particular position in space just by this you can think of it almost like a magnetic attraction between your body and the earth. So Cheng Ching talked about it. He said, that it's really important to discern the insubstantial and the substantial in the feet. That is the source of power. And that and he's talking about internal power there, Chin. And if you are able to bring your awareness and notice where is my where am I substantial in my foot? That is fixed or solid or supporting, and where am I insubstantial? That is free to move and open and less fixed, less solid. And so, where am I substantial? Where am I insubstantial in my foot? And when you get that awareness and you keep that, and you're able to find that in a moment, um, then you're going to enhance your kung fu, but also you're going to enhance your internal health. You're going to be able to keep yourself, um, I don't keep you from falling as much, and be able to support yourself and be able to move gracefully through the world. Um, and then the last time we explored this, we incorporated central equilibrium with energetic coherence. And this is where, this is where you bring your energy together within your body, mind. You create one energy, but also a unified structure. That is, you're connecting the dots with your fascia, and the connective tissue system, so that the energy is flowing freely throughout the whole system. So and you recognize these because these are the two of the three pillars of body, mind, spirit integration. So we point our index fingers as a quick and easy way to establish that state of energetic coherence. We get our central equilibrium lined up so that we can access the big chi. And then we start to play with it. We start to move it around. But we have those two pillars there as our points of orientation. Our third pillar is unkink the hose. That is, get rid of the tense part, the tense or misaligned parts of your body which are preventing the chi to flow. Now we're not going to talk about that as much today. That's the main points are at your quad, at your shoulder joints, and at the base of your neck, at the jade pillow gate. So I will mention that in the when we do the opening there, when we do the three pillars part. But then we move on. So I'm getting something on the screen here. So
sorry.
And thank you. Anyway, that's the plan. We're going to take those and we're going to do a really fine tuning of these ideas in a Taiji form, in the Yang Chengfu's 13 Original Postures. It's a short form for those who are unfamiliar with it, but it's something that's easy to follow along. And I don't particularly care if you memorize this form. You don't have to. The important thing is to just kind of follow the instructions, and I'm going to kind of lead you in a guided meditation here as we're going to focus on these individual points as a way of establishing a method for exploring these connections in any form. And it doesn't have to be Taiji, it can be anything. It can be just dancing or walking down the street. So if we slow it down and we actually feel it in each of these different spots and feel the effects of these different fine tunings, then we're going to get you'll be able to extrapolate it to other things. So would you stand up, please, and we'll explore these ideas. Okay, so we're going to start by establishing our three pillars, just to get our point of reference there. Let you step about a hip width. And so it's a nice neutral posture. I like to start in this because this is something where it doesn't require much effort to explore these things. And so first thing we want to do is point and reach with your index fingers, and you can wiggle them if you like, but the basic idea is you want to actually feel those fingers. You want to feel that, but you also want to feel the the sense of pointing or reaching with those index fingers, and to feel the effect that that has on your body mind. So what we're doing here is just by making this, feeling those index fingers, you connect the dots throughout your whole body mind. So and it creates this unified chi, a state of coherence in your whole body. And the reaching creates that little bit of stretch that in your connective tissue system, which sort of sends a signal throughout the whole system to get it together. And so now you're going to feel that the balls of your feet, you're going to feel the weight throughout your whole foot, but you're going to orient to the balls of your feet. We're going to do this primarily to get a Yang Chi flow going. That is, it's going to get it creates this sort of up and out energy as we plug into the big chi. So just orienting to that, bringing your center. So it should feel a little bit at this point like you're at the edge of a diving board, and you're looking to dive in. And so there's a little anticipation there. Your body is feeling anticipatory that something's going to happen, and that amplifies the yang feeling in the body. Cheng said that it should feel precarious, and so you're right there where it's requiring the least amount of muscular effort to support your everything. Now reach with the crown of your head, gently, very lightly extending upward, opening your jade pillow gate, the base of the skull. Tuck in your chin. When I say tuck in your chin, I don't mean to drop it or to lift it. It just pull it straight back, as if your chin is coming straight back like this. So your chin's not pushing out. It's just coming in. And that opens up that jade pillow gate and permits a better flow into your brain, between your brain and your body, your torso. And that's one of the kinks in the hose that we talk about. Relax your lower back, drop your sacrum, and allow your pelvis to kind of level out. Sink into your heels and just relax there. And feel the energy going down now. Feel the chi moving into more yin. Reaching up at the crown of your head, accesses the yang chi of the heavens. Sinking down into the earth through your feet, accesses the yin chi of the earth. We want to unkink the hose in our shoulders by just reaching out a little bit with the elbows. Just enough to let go of shoulder tension. And then we're going to release the qua by spiraling down to the left, spiraling down to the right. Just enough to sit down a little more, relax down into the earth. Feel yourself sinking down like an hourglass, like everything is kind of moving down. You're letting go. You're still maintaining that yang point with the crown of your head, but it's very insubstantial, very light and more empty than full. Yeah. And then sink into the balls of your feet, reach with your elbows, reach with your wrists, and bring your hands up, and then reach with your fingers, reach forward. And as you do that, press down with your big toes and just feel the connection. You can actually coordinate the big toes with your index fingers and just feel the energetic connection. Because what we've done is we've kind of supercharged the yang qi here. And then we sink into the heels and reach down with the elbows and feel the yin. So nice and relaxed and sinking down. Now sink into the balls of your feet. Reach with your wrists. Reach out with your elbows. Reach with your fingers and press down with your big toes. Don't press down hard, just lightly touching the ground, just enough to feel that connection and feel the effect of that. We can do it. And then sink into your heels, down with your elbows, reach down with your wrists, and now feel the yin. Feel the yin, feel that qi relaxing, sinking down. And one more, sink into the balls of your feet, reach. And press down with your big toes and extend. Open up your back. Open up between your scapula. Just feel yourself reaching and making that connection. So your back is opening and the energy connection between your hands is really full. Just sink into your heels, reach down and down with the wrists. And relax. Okay, so now let's take this awareness, this energy, and put it into a Taiji form. We're going to do this super slow. I want you to really just feel the changes that are occurring each step of the way. I'm primarily going to be interested in the footwork that we're doing here, the knees and the feet. You know, sometimes I'll mention something regarding your arms and hands, but for the most part, we just want to really feel that connection. We're working on this, you know, the idea of maintaining the medial line, but also front to back. So, you know, if our x-axis is going across our body, our y-axis is front to back. We're looking for that 0 point, no matter what position the body's in. So I'm going to turn my back to you and then narrate as we go along here. So to begin, your feet heel together, toes apart, and find your 3 pillars in this posture. Now feel the heel of your right foot, particularly that first nail, that one in your heel on the inside of your foot, and spiral down to the right. So you're sinking more into the right foot and releasing the left foot as you release the quad as you're turning, and then turn your body so that, and keep your weight on the inside of your foot. Let's just do that again. So we're going back here. We're going to feel that the heel of the foot spiraling down to the left, and then feel the ball of your foot as you turn to the right. So we've shifted here our point of substantiality into the ball of the foot now. Now you're going to sink back to the heel of the foot, the first ball, the first nail, pick up the left foot, and step out. So feel the heel of the left foot now, spiral down to the right, so you're releasing down, setting the knee, and you're releasing down into that left leg, that left quad, and you're spiraling down to the right. And now go to the ball of the left foot and turn, pivoting on the right heel, so that now your weight's 50-50. And press down with your big toes just lightly, just to make that connection. We've gone from the Wuji to the Taiji. We're here to this, we've gone from the nothingness to the somethingness. And so the body, you want to feel the energy right away. And now sink in your heels and feel that yin. Now sink into the balls of your feet and reach up with your wrists. Reach out with your elbows. And then reach out with your fingers and press down with your big toes. And feel that connection. Open up your back. Feel that connection. Now sink into your heels. Reach down with your elbows, wrists, fingers. Now feel the heel, the first nail, the heel nail on the left foot spiraling down to the right. Turn, feel the ball of your left foot. Reach out and feel the toe. Reach with the third nail. And then sink into the heel of your right foot, spiraling down, turning, and then feel the ball of your right foot. Turn and reach, and then press down with the toe and feel that yang as we express that. And then sink to the heel of your left foot, spiraling down to the right, and turn. And feel the ball of your left foot, and then the big toe as you reach out. Feel that yang connection there. With the heel of the right foot, spiral left and turn. Feel the ball. Press down with the ball of the right foot, and then the big toe. Nail number 3. Now sink into the heel of your right foot. First nail. And spiral down to the right. Sink into the heel of your left foot. Pick up your left foot and step out. And feel the heel of your left foot. Spiral down to the right. And then the turn, feel the ball of your left foot. And then the toe. Step in. Feel the heel of your right foot. First nail. Feel the ball of your right foot. Second nail. And hold the bird's beak with your right hand. And feel the big toe. And then reach out. Open. The heel of your right foot. Spiral down to the right. Pick up your left foot and step out. Feel the heel of your left foot. Put your left knee out, set that. Spiral down to the right. You're loading up your left quad now. And then feel the ball of your left foot as your hand comes up. And then the toe as you turn. Feel the heel of your right foot. Spiral down to the right. Feel the ball of your right foot as you reach up. Step in. Press down with the toe. Feel that extension. You're reaching up with your right wrist. And your left hand is cupped under your navel and you're reaching down with your left wrist. Feel the heel of your right foot. Spiral down to the left as your right hand comes down. Left hand comes up. And then on the heel of your left foot, but your weight is, feel the ball of your left foot. And now you feel the press down with the big toe as you reach out. and feel that yang extension. Feel the heel of your right foot spiral down to the right. Step with the left. Feel the heel of your left foot. Feel the ball of your left foot. Turn. You press down with the toe and reach. Feel the heel of your right foot. Spiral down to the left. Turn. The ball of your left foot. And then press down with the toe and white crane spreads wings. Feel that yang connection there. Press down with the big toe. Feel that the index fingers of both hands as you do that. Feel that continuity of the chi throughout the whole system. To the heel of your left foot, press down with your right hand. Left hand. And then step back. Feel the heel of your right foot, spiral down to the left, and turn. Feel the ball and toe. Step with your left foot. Heel, knee. Sink into that, feel that. So feel the yin of this posture. It's potentiality. And then feel the ball of the left foot, turn and feel the toe as you reach. Feel that energetic connection. To the heel of your left foot, spiral down to the left, reach out with your left hand, feel the ball, toe, and then feel the heel of your right foot, and feel the ball as you turn, step back, feel the heel of your right foot. Step out with on your left heel and feel the ball of your right foot, press down with the toe and play guitar. Feel the connection between your big toe and your fingers, your index fingers. Reach up to the crown of your head. Feel that extension. Feel the right heel. Spiral down to the right. Step back. Left hand comes back. Right hand comes forward. Step out with your left foot. Feel the heel of your left foot. Spiral down to the left. Feel the ball of your left foot and the toe. You reach forward. Feel that connection. The heel of your left foot. Spiral down to the left. Pivot on your right heel. Now feel the heel of your right foot. Spiral down to the left as you're loading up that right leg. Pivot on your left heel. Then feel the balls of both feet. Reach up with the left hand, press down with the right hand, sink, and press down with your big toes, both feet. Feel that connection, that wood chi pressing upward, the metal chi pressing down. The heel of the left foot, spiral down to the left, right hand comes up, turns into a fist. Step back with your right foot. Turn, reach with your elbow. Step out with your right. Feel the right heel, push your right knee out. Set that, and then feel the ball of your right foot, and strike with back fist. Press down with your big toe. Feel that connection there. Feel the heel of your left foot. And spiral down to the right. Left hand circles up, right hand comes around. And the heel of the right foot. Push your right knee out, set that, and punch. Press down with your toe. To the heel of your left foot, set your left knee. Actually pivot on your left foot so your foot's going straight. So then you feel the heel of that, set your left knee and spiral down to the right. Left hand comes down. Left hand comes up. Right hand comes down. Right foot comes in. Right fist comes in. And step out. Right heel. Right ball. Right toe. Left heel. Pivot on your right heel. So right heel, push your right knee forward, step up, spiral down to the right. Step out, feel your left heel. Spiral down to the right, push your left knee forward, set that. You're loading up that left quad now. Feel the ball of your left foot, turn, and punch. You press down with the left big toe. Pause and feel into that shape. Feel the energetic connection. Feel the you can actually feel the big toes on both feet as you're doing this. Still reaching up to the crown of your head. Feeling the connection all the way to your fist. Now, sink into your right heel. Left hand circles up. Right hand circles to the right. Pivot on your left heel. Feel the yin here. Your weight is still in your right leg. And you're pausing, feeling into that. Now sink into feel the left heel, push your left knee forward, set that. Release your left quad, step up with your right foot and turn. Step forward with your right foot, feel the right heel. Push your right knee forward, set that. Feel the ball of your right foot. And then press down with your right big toe. And feel the ward off. Pause and feel that. You want to feel that reaching up at the crown of your head, accessing the yang qi of the heavens there. Feel your feet connecting the earth. Feel the yin qi of the earth. Reach with your elbows. Your arms are relaxed. Your shoulder joints are open. The qi is flowing. Sink into your right heel. Turn to the right, open. Sink into your left heel. Spiral down to the right. Turn, feel the ball of your left foot as you turn. And then the big toe. As you reach down, as you execute your ward off or your rollback. Feel that connection there. Feel the heel of your right foot. Put your right knee forward. Actually, feel the heel of your left foot. Spiral down to the left and reach up with your wrists, palms down. Feel the yin here. Feel the heel of your right foot. Set your right knee. Spiral down to the left as you feel the ball of your right foot. And then turn. Press down with your big toe as you press. Open your back. You really want to feel the earth in this posture. It's like it's big and round, and it's very solid and substantial. There's a yang expansiveness, but there's also a yin solidity. We're going to do this press posture. Sink into your left heel, touch your left knee. Reach up with your wrists of both hands. So I'm feeling very yin here, sinking down. This is a watery posture, so there's a feeling of a wave coming down. So reach down with your elbows, sink down, reach down with your wrists, sink. Feel that water coming down, 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 down. And then sink into feel the right heel. Push your right knee forward. Set the right knee and feel the ball of your right foot. Press down with the big toe and let the wave express itself. This is the push. And feel into the energetic connections here. Feel into the chin of your push. You're letting the energy do the work. And feel the heel of your left foot spiral down to the right. You set the left knee and spiral down to the right. You're loading up that left quad. Feel the ball of your left foot as you turn, pivoting on the right heel, reaching with your left hand as you come across and press down with the big toe as you do that. Feel your index fingers, feel that extension there, that yang extension. And then sink into your right heel and let that go. And feel the yin. Step back with your left foot and feel your weight 50-50 now. Feel your weight in both heels. Sink down, reach down, into the balls of your feet, coming up and press your big toes and cross your arms, your right hand on the outside. Reach with your elbows, open your back, open your shoulders. Feel the earth of this posture. Feel that yang expression going out in all directions. Think at your both heels. Feel that first nail open in your hands. And feel the water coming down, sinking, going yin, 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 moving back into the Taiji, the undifferentiated somethingness. Pause and feel into that. Feel into your arms, feel into your hands. Feel the energy circulating throughout your whole body. Feel the heel of the right foot, spiral down to the left. Step in with your left foot, the heels of both feet. We've gone from the Taiji to the Wuji, back to the Wuji. Move into the balls of both feet. Reach up with your wrists. Press down with the big toes. Reach out with the fingers. Open your back. Open. Reach up. And then sink into your heels. And reach down with your elbows, your wrists. And let it all go. Dissolve into the emptiness. Just pause a moment and feel into the emptiness. Let everything go. Please take a seat. Sharon.
I very much appreciated the diagram of the feet. That for somehow that solidified my movements today. It was better.
Nice. Nice.
And I just had a lightness of being going through the form,
Nice.
which I have not experienced before.
Wow. Terrific. Terrific. Thank you. Questions, comments? Anything you'd like to share? Lynn.
So I really have been appreciating the big toe. A couple weeks ago, last time I was here, I was like, wow, what am I supposed to do with this big toe? And I've been playing with it and figuring it out, and I really appreciated tonight the whole, moving through like that. And I found that so most of my forms that I do are much more straight up, and this one has that little bit of a lean forward. And I
Yeah,
found
me
that
too.
yeah, being in that toe brings that lean in a really fully integrated way instead of me going, oh shoot, I'm supposed to lean.
Right.
So I really appreciated the toe that way. It was great. Yeah.
Great. Richard.
But it just makes me think that in primordial history, when we would grab branches with our feet, that our feet were much more the center of our activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it reminds me that's where it all starts.
Beautiful.
It's like I'm remembering to put my foot in the right place first.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Build from the ground up.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It seems obvious whenever you think about it, but I went through most of my life not thinking that way, so it's not that obvious. Well, anybody else? Scott.
Yeah, definitely a very high level of coherence on that. It was really everything just really flowed together. The whole thing was really, really nice. I think probably if Valerie pushed on me at any point, I don't think I would have went anywhere.
Nice.
And I do notice that I have to work on pushing the knee forward and setting the knee before feeling the ball. I noticed that I was just kind of doing it all at once.
Right.
And yeah, noticing
And
that
most
doing
people
it.
do. Most people do. And that's why I really slow it way down and compartmentalize these things. So it's like, no, there's a sequence to this. Thanks for bringing that up.
I noticed a big difference. Like you said, it seemed like a small thing, but yeah, it's a big difference.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Valerie.
Well, I don't know if this was making me a good student or a poor student. As we were going through it, it was like I was so into my feet, and which is what I tell, my students, feet, 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 feet. Happens first. Feet, feet, feet. So I was so into my feet, I had to look at you to know what to do next. I mean, I know this form, but it was like it was my feet and being there and being in the heel and being in the ball and being in the toe. Yes, much improved appreciation for the big toe.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself really pushing and, had to back off on that. But I have to say, since we've been doing this particular series, I've been doing a better job of being on the median line. I think I do believe I'm there most of the time. You know, doing form anyway. But because we've been focusing on it, my focus has improved, if that's the way I want to say it. I've gotten more focused on that median line. You know, it's just yeah, it's been very, very good for me.
Great,
Cool.
terrific, terrific.
I would,
And
I
for
would
me,
say
it was
that-
I learned it, you know, that it was a way of being successful in push hands. That if I support myself in the medial line, I'm much more stable. So I had the the advantage and disadvantage of big people leaning on me and finding ways to handle that incoming force. And so great, but it's been it's been decades of refining the language of this to be able to actually to talk about it as succinctly and as clearly as I'm getting to now. You gonna say something, Scott?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I've been slacking a little bit on my practice, but I've definitely noticed that I feel more, you know, I feel that central equilibrium. I feel that median line where I feel like, very rooted, centered. I'm not gonna, I definitely, like I haven't even practiced that much and I'm noticing a difference.
Terrific, terrific, cool. And explore with it, explore it in various other things you practice. If you other martial arts, qigong or whatever, and just pay attention to it there, and extrapolate from what we've done here. So this is just a slowed down way to really hyper focus on that, but then kind of okay, and then just do the form without thinking about it, but just feeling it, and just notice when you feel it engage and when you don't, and then you can you develop a super conscious sensitivity to these things, and it's like, oh, that feels right. Oh, that doesn't feel right. When it doesn't feel right,
Yeah.
what am I doing wrong here? And then you go back and you check it out and slow it down and say, oh yeah, okay, I see now. And then you can kind of play with that, and then whatever thing you're practicing then becomes more connected, more coherent, more centered. So yeah, Valerie.
Just sitting here,
Mhm.
just sitting here, feeling my feet, feeling the heel and feeling the ball of the big toe and the toe. They're just like, I don't know, like they have spotlights on. They're just
Nice.
so there. It's a very cool feeling. It's
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah.
yeah. I'm glad we I, I've gone back to the three nails. Something that we talked about decades ago, and then it kind of moved on to other things. But going back to this and looking at it from this perspective now of actually feeling the energies that get produced, it takes it out of the body mechanics of it, which is where it started, and now it's okay. That supports what the energetics and the spirit of it as well, and that's kind of the direction we're going here with that body mind spirit integration.
Yeah,
Cool. Richard.
definitely meta level.
I was just going to mention that's where I met you and Don at the Three Nails workshop at Master Joe's. Is that 25 years ago?
Yeah, almost 30.
Almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, so we're getting there. Yeah, it's probably like 27, 28 years ago anyway. So yeah, that was a so we were playing with it then, and this is another iteration. Sharon, you had something?
Yes, Rick, I think that this was so good that we need to do it more often.
Good. Remind me. Let's get into other mischief, and then remind me, and we'll come back to it. Because I people get bored if I do the same thing every week. So I like that, especially you, Paul.
It's always new.
And so
It should
keep
be
it.
always new. It's new every time.
It is. So we just keep what else is in the laboratory,
Right.
so that we keep playing with that, and then we'll come back to it. We'll circle back, from a different place with a new awareness, and
Right.
I think each time it gets a little more interesting. Cool.
And I have that T-shirt. I ran in there trying to find it. I couldn't find it right now. But I've got that T-shirt.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a great reminder. Hanging on the wall. 3 nails. Yeah. Thank you, Master Chen. That was
Oh
that was
yeah.
a really really good insight that he had there, and so great. Thank you all so much. Thank you, producer.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your work.
producer. Thank you.
Thank you, crew.
Great. And the crew. Best boy.
See you later.
Secret.